Hi everyone, Rikka here, and welcome to our weekly uplift from the angels. And today we're going to be talking about receiving. So how has receiving been for you? Do you feel like you're amazing at receiving? Most people feel like they resist receiving, they reject receiving. They would much rather control something than receive anything. And how many of you guys feel a little bit of that in your world? Well, here's what's going on. So receiving to you has meant something other than what receiving actually should feel like and mean. So when you look at receiving, what has receiving been for you in the past? You know, you received a gift while you were a kid, and did it come with strings attached? Did they expect you to respond in a certain way? How many of you guys had parents that said to you, why aren't you more grateful? Right? So we've been projected upon as bad receivers, not good receivers, not grateful receivers. And then while any kind of gifts or compliments or energy was coming at us, it came with a lot of stuff. It came with a lot of separation, a lot of judgment, a lot of expectation. So everyone just take a deep breath and go ahead and say, I now invoke all of the information that I have within or connected or attached to receiving. Right? What does receiving mean to you? There you go. And just begin to be aware of that energy, taking a breath, breathing that into the space and into your awareness. Good. And let's look at what have you done because of this energy. Hey, you don't want to receive more judgment, more expectation, more weird thoughts, from people about you, or maybe you were a little kid around some kind of sexual predator and it's like, oh my God, I don't want to receive that. I mean, there's so much that goes on. I remember my mom making me hug this uncle that I had it didn't feel right? And it's like, oh, give him a hug. It's like, right? So that's all in the big gamut of receiving. Now, what have you done in order to stop receiving, in order to limit receiving, in order to reject receiving, in order to, right? How many walls and barriers have you created around you so that you don't have to receive all of that separation, all that expectation, all that judgment, all that information from the people around you? Okay, so take a breath and just begin to invite that into your space and into your awareness. Like, wow, what have I done to protect myself against receiving? Okay, so take a breath. Can you feel how much information right now is in the space? There's a lot there, right? It's like, energetically, you might even feel like you're drowning, like in this big, heavy pile of information, right? So it makes sense because, there's 9 billion creators on this planet. Most of them function from separation. So when it comes to receiving, you don't want to receive separation. You have received separation in the past. You don't want to anymore. So let's stop the receiving. Okay. So is it any wonder that it seems hard to receive? So take a breath and give yourself some compassion for just how hard it's been to be here, just how hard it's been to be around the people you're around, and to try to receive. Good. Yeah. So, would you be willing to clear the slate on that receiving where you receive separation so that you can step into receiving love from Source? Yes? Okay, so take a breath and go ahead and say, Source and the angels, would you be willing to assist me in releasing and removing all of the separation that has got in the way of me receiving me? Taking a breath, letting it all go. And in the way of me receiving Source. Right? Of course you didn't want to receive separation. Of course you went, nah, right? Because you were trying to shut down the receiving of what you didn't want to have. But there's a much better way to do that that allows you to receive way more than this other version. Good. So what if it was time to open the doorway to begin receiving from that pure love, that pure light, that pure energy of Source? Now, can you trust Source? You know what? You can. And you can because Source is what everything's made of. And within Source is the life directive of the universe, right? It's this eternal life that's infinitely supportive, infinitely loving you in every moment, infinitely gifting to you every moment. So you can actually trust Source. And you can trust so much, Source so much, you can receive everything. Everything that Source is. And in that receiving, you actually receive zero separation. I love those hearts that just came out of that. That was so cool. So take a breath and breathe that in. And go ahead and say, I now accept the truth. I can receive infinitely from Source. From the Source I am safe to receive. And I am loved and supported infinitely. Good. Taking a breath, breathing that in. And feeling that beautiful connection to Source coming into the space. Opening your mind, heart, body, and spirit. Because here's the thing. You don't want to open yourself to receive a bunch of separation. No, you want to open yourself up to fully receive from Source. And as you fully receive from Source, Source is the energy of no separation existing. So you're being held in a field that's protecting you. You're being held in a field where there is no harm. You're being held in a field where no expectation, doubt, judgment even exists. So it makes you impenetrable to being affected by the separation around us. So Source is what you want to be actively receiving, like actively. Okay, so go ahead and bring your awareness up, and go ahead and say, I now invoke the highest echelons of Source's consciousness into my awareness. Good, and you can feel every question, every call to the universe, there's a response. So in your awareness, something is being born. Something is coming to the surface. There we go. You're starting to be aware of it. Good. So we're going to take a breath, breathing that beautiful consciousness into the space. And we're going to invite you to open your mind and heart, body and spirit to invite this beautiful gift of Source into your heart, into your space, to your awareness, into your body, and feel how nurturing it is. Another breath, opening and receiving. And opening and receiving. Good. Another breath, opening to receive, opening your heart even bigger and wider to open up to that level of receiving. Because Source is the initial energy, frequency, life force energy of all creation. And it lives in divine perfection. It is where we all come from, is what everything is actually made of. So it's a pure miracle. And guess what? It's all infinite. So everything is possible in Source. So in the learning how to receive from Source, you get to receive it all the magic, all the healing, all the infinite possibility, all the joy, all the love, all the magic. It's all within your receiving from Source. Now, Source is what you already are. So you are, in essence, receiving from yourself. And yet you're receiving from a self that is functioning in a different dimension, a greater, more magical, lighter, more loving, more infinite, right? Unconditionally loving force that is you. Taking another breath, opening up that space, breathing that into your mind, into your heart, and into your awareness, and through your feet. Good. Now, what if each of you were meant to actually receive from Source and bring that dimension to Earth? Right? What if that's what you're here for? You're here to actually receive from Source who you are and what truly is. And this magical energy that you're receiving, you're becoming an instrument, a conduit of this dimension. And this dimension begins opening up around you because you're the one with your awareness into it, breathing it into the space with an open mind, open heart, open body, and open energy field to actually receive it. Good, good. So, is that the most important thing to you? Yes, being your true self. So go ahead and say, in the name of Source and all that is light, by the law of divine grace, I instate your name. Now commit to receiving the I am that I am. Good. I open my heart. I open my mind. I open my body. I open my energy to receive that in which I come from. And I'm clean and clear, fresh and renewed. I get to have a clean, magical slate of infinite possibilities to be anything I choose to be, to play with anything I choose to play with. Oh, feeling that frequency coming in, everyone. Congratulations. Keep playing, keep playing, keep playing, okay? Source is yours to be, to have, to receive, right? And our ego minds think, oh, this is what receiving is. It's like this. And it's like, no, no, no. If you think you know what it is, it's not that. It's bigger than that. It's more than that. It's deeper surrender. It's really opening up to the humbleness where you're willing to offer up everything you believed reality was in favor of receiving something that is much greater than we could ever dream possible. Thank you guys so much. Amazing session, everyone. Bye.